got more.
The collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore happened around 1:30 a.m. when video shows a container ship ramming into what appears to have been one of the bridge's supports. Then the ship catches fire and the bridge plummets into the Patapsco River. At a news conference covered by WJLA-TV, Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace says they've been searching for at least 7 victims.
We were able to remove 2 people from the water. 1 individual refused service and refused transport. Essentially, that person was not injured. However, there was another individual that's been transported to a local trauma center that is in very serious condition.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore has declared a state of emergency, and he says he's working to get federal resources deployed. I'm Donna Warder.
A court in Britain has ruled that Julian Assange cannot immediately be extradited to the United States on espionage charges. That's a bit of a victory for the WikiLeaks founder. Today, the Supreme Court hears oral arguments in a case about access to mifepristone, a widely used abortion pill. The White House has tried to make mifepristone more available. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday.
We will continue to fight back against unprecedented attacks on women's freedom to make their own health decisions.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Just hours from now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plans to announce his running mate as he tries to secure a place on the ballot for his independent campaign for president. His aides have mentioned several celebrities' names. This is AP News. Migrants face a daunting and sometimes deadly mission. The AP's Charles Ledesma with a look at the picture.
A decade's passed since the launch of the Missing Migrants Project, which has documented more than 63,000 deaths around the world among people fleeing conflict and persecution. The International Organization for Migration says the reported deaths are likely only a fraction of the actual number of lives lost, with the deadliest year for migrants, 2023. Even when deaths are recorded, it says more than 2/3 of the victims remain unidentified. Despite measures, smugglers always seem to find lucrative methods, leading migrants and refugees on longer and more perilous routes. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The Powerball jackpot's up to $865 million. Next chance, tomorrow night. If you take the cash payout option, that's $416 million. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This is Bill Wise with the latest Appetite for Pork report. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Newman, Senior Vice President of Market Growth at National Pork Board, about how your pork checkoff dollars are working to bring more U.S. pork to tables around the world. Dr. Newman, pork producers are bracing for another down year. What has the pork checkoff been doing to help stabilize, even grow demand?
We export about 30% of our total production in the United States, and that number has grown for a very long time. But that still means we have 70% of our production domestic. This focus on stabilizing domestic demand, that's really important to us. So speaking internationally, we partner with U.S. Meat Export Federation in our international efforts, and that's a really great example of something that we do to drive demand around the world.
Thanks again, David, for talking with us today about how the pork checkoff is building a bigger appetite for U.S. pork. You can find out more information at porkcheckoff.org/radio.
Right now at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem, you'll find Napa Diesel Exhaust Fluid DEF, $11.99 for the 2.5-gallon size. Shell Rotella T4 Triple Protection Motor Oil, $19.29 for the 1-gallon size. And save $10 on a 2-pack of Night Vision Brilliant Headlights and Fog Lights. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.
7:31 at KSMO Radio, and our forecast does call for it to be cloudy to partly cloudy today with a high about maybe 48 degrees. I'm not sure we'll even get there. We will have a southwesterly wind that just continues to blow throughout most of the day today, and you might be feeling it even this morning if you're out and about. That breeze coming out of southwest right now, 12 to about 18 miles an hour, has gusted to 25 to 26 already this morning. We will have the possibility of some widespread frost after midnight. Now, there'll be clouds most of the evening. However, eventually after midnight, we'll start to clear out. And if it does clear out quick enough, we could see a little bit of that frost emerging again between 2 and 4 in the morning. Winds will be westerly overnight at 5 to 10 and gust up to 20 miles an hour. Now, as the morning comes on, those winds will be moving to the north at 5 to 10. It'll be a sunny day on Wednesday, high of 55, and then Wednesday night, widespread frost is likely. Mainly after midnight, it'll be clear. Winds will be at about 3 to 5 miles an hour out of the north, and they'll eventually just become light and variable. Our low will be about 27, 28. We'll have frost through the morning hours Thursday. Eventually, it'll burn off with plenty of sunshine, a high of 64, but the damage would already been done. If you've got sensitive vegetation you have planted, or it's out and about, or it's budding, you need to get it covered. You need to get it protected, however you want to do it. We want to make sure you get that done by Wednesday night, and hopefully it doesn't do it in the overnight hours tonight. I don't know. I'm not quite sure we're going to get down there quick enough without it being very breezy. But if the winds do stop, that frost could occur even tonight. So for Thursday, after we have the sunshine, a nice day, we'll have a clear sky night, not as cold, low 39, and sunny Friday. We'll be in the 70s on Friday. At the KSMO studios right now, we're nowhere near the 70s. Nope. We are in the 30s, 35 degrees, what it is. We have 13-mile-an-hour winds out of the southwest, 29.66 inches of pressure rising, relative humidity at 77%. Feels like about 26 degrees right here at KSMO, your hometown radio station. Appreciate you being along right here at KSMO and right here at your hometown radio station. We thank you for being part of our Tuesday. It's the 26th day of March, and we will come riding back into your life in about 90 seconds with local news. That's up next.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem.
Missouri, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Illinois, Iowa, Tennessee, Arkansas, Indiana, and I can keep going on and on.
John, are you going through the 50 states?
No, Mike, he's giving us the states of the Cardinals radio network.
It's just amazing. We are heard just about everywhere across the Midwest.
For over 130 years, Cardinals baseball has been entertaining fans of all ages.
It's no different this year. We're bringing you all the hits, homers, strikeouts, and excitement right here on the Cardinals radio network powered by Graybar.
At KSMO Radio, time for news. Local news is brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. We are AM 1340, FM 95.7, online, KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream, Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. Welcome to Tuesday, March 26th. My name is Stan Stevens, bringing you the news. Appreciate you joining us on your Tuesday morning. In news, a Dane County Commission met Monday morning at the Dane County Courthouse. Lancer Blair was in attendance and told the commission he plans to run for state representative of the 120th district that serves Dent and Crawford counties. Blair has been attending quite a few commissioner meetings the last several months, and he feels he has been educated on a lot of the needs that counties that have that he would like to bring to the attention of the legislature. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Wes Mowbray said his crew would be out checking roads in the winds and the rains and performing shop maintenance. District 2 Commissioner Gary Polk said maintenance was being done on County Truck number 120 and road signs were being installed on County Road 2210. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson said Mike's generator would be in town today to check on the emergency backup generator at the Oak Grove Baptist Church. The generator is tested once a month to make sure the transfer switch is working properly, but Mike's generator will check the fuel mixture, change oil if needed, and test the other aspects of the generator for proper operation. Denton County Clerk Angie Curley said today is the last day to register to run for a county office for the August 6th primary for anyone interested. And they'll have until 5 o'clock this afternoon in her office to do so. She also said no excuse absentee voting will continue until Monday, April 1st in her office, including this Saturday in her office from 8 in the morning until noon. She also said the courthouse would be closed for Good Friday this Friday. Denton County Assessor Jamie Homeyer wanted to make sure the public knew that there have been no reassessments in Denton County since 2019 unless someone has made additions or improvements to their property or removed a structure from the property. She said on the interview program Friday morning on KSMO, she felt the discussion on Senate Bill 190 and assessments about other counties and even other states may have been confusing to listeners, where they may have thought reassessments were happening locally in Denton County, but that is not the case. At 10 o'clock, the commission opened bids for a used truck for the Road and Bridge Department and received only one bid from St. Paul Classic Joyride. The truck bid they received was for a 2015 Ford F-250 Super Duty XL Crew Cab 4x4 featuring a 6.2-liter gas engine with 162,000 miles on it for $16,000. A decision will be made on Thursday on the vehicle. Commission also approved purchasing a 2024 John Deere 310P backhoe from McCoy Forestry and Construction for $127,703.78, which is the state bid. Commission approved seeking bank bids on the backhoe from local banks on a lease purchase agreement for 3 years with no prepayment penalty. The bids from the banks will be due by 10 o'clock Thursday morning, April 18th, at the county clerk's office. The next meeting of the Denton County Commission will be Thursday morning at 9 o'clock at the courthouse, and that meeting will be open to the public. City Clerk Tammy Kohler will be out of the office until May the 6th. Because of that, there'll be reduced hours for the city clerk's office at the city administration building. This will impact the purchase of business licenses or applying for one, UTV permits, as well as cemetery business. During that time, records requests may be submitted to the assistant clerk, Wanda Sir. The assistant city clerk's office hours will be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. For questions or more information, you can call 729-5211 or email administration@salemmo.com. The city thanks you for your understanding. This Saturday at the Ozark Natural Cultural Resource Center on Highway 19 at the exhibit called Crossroads, Change in Rural America, historian Harold Hamilton will present a discussion on who lives in Salem, a look back and a look ahead. This discussion will begin at 10, followed by the Antiques Road Show and Tell, where the public is encouraged to bring in a family artifact and share memories. The exhibit is open Monday through Saturday, and there's no charge to visit the exhibit. The Crossroads exhibit is part of the museum on Main Street, a collaboration between the Smithsonian Institution and the State Humanities Councils nationwide. Support for Museum on Main Street has been provided by the United States Congress. Salem Board of Aldermen will be meeting tonight at 6 in the City Hall Council chambers. After they approve the consent agenda, the board will hear public comments before the temporary Public Works Director, Joe Chase, resigns that position, and the oath of office will be given to the new Public Works Director, Steve Payne. The board will hear a road closure request from Lyndall Decker for a back-to-school bash in August. The board will discuss the Salem Housing Authority potential housing development before hearing a report from the Denton County Extension. Financial Director Stacy Houston will give the financial report before Mayor Greg Parker makes an appointment to the Salem Housing Authority. The board will hear and discuss Bill 3607. This will allow the mayor to sign a second supplemental agreement with the Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission for additional transportation enhancement funds for the new ADA-compliant sidewalk downtown through a TAP grant. The bill will be read for the first and second time before being voted on. Under bids and proposals, the board will discuss the sewage system revenue bond request for terms before discussing the TAP grant bid approval. The board will hear the first readings of Bill 3604, which would create an ordinance amending the amounts of the utility deposits for the city of Salem. Bill 3605, that would amend the provisions for the delivery of utility bills and statements for the city of Salem. And Bill 3606, that would allow the mayor to enter into a power supply and administration agreement among the Missouri Joint Municipal Electric Utility Commission, doing business as Missouri Electric Commission. In the reading of bills for the second time, the board will hear Bill 3601, authorizing the sale of a piece of real property, and Bill 3602, that would allow the mayor and city clerk to execute a lease agreement with the Council for a Healthy Dane County for certain city property. After the reports of the city officials, the board will go into closed session to discuss personnel. The meeting tonight at the Salem Board of Aldermen is open to the public. Have you gotten your tickets for the Healthy Dane County Fun Community event called the Non-Newlywed Game Show on April the 12th? Tickets and tables are going fast. This will be the 6th year Healthy Dane County has held this fundraiser where it's couple versus couple in this hilarious version of the classic game show. You'll discover just how much the couples know or don't know about their spouse. The 4 local married couples who volunteered to play the game are Tom and Tracy Wolf, Matt and Rachel Moncrief, John and Danella Roos, and Luke and Hannah Heitholt. VIP sponsor tables can be reserved with a $300 donation. The VIP tables include reserved seating for 8 people, as well as numerous table refreshments. A concession stand and cash bar will be open during the evening. A limited number of individual tickets will be sold for $25 per ticket. The individual tickets will not have reserved seating. This fundraising event will be held on Friday, April 12th at the Community Center at the Armory, beginning at 6:30. Get your tickets now by calling 729-8163 or stopping by the Salem Community Center at the Armory at 1200 West Rolla Road. 744 Sports is next when we come right back.
In an era where sustainability and environmental responsibility are paramount, the world of colossal machinery is embracing the challenge of decarbonization. Scott Fenwick, Technical Director for Clean Fuels Alliance America, says the upcoming Clean Fuels Conference will provide some insight on the efforts to secure OEM approvals.
Certain applications have certain requirements, and so those are just a few of the things that Clean Fuels and the technical program here has been working on, sharing data with those original equipment companies and those engine manufacturers to prove and answer the questions they've got. What issues might we have with the fueling infrastructure? Is biodiesel compatible with the hoses that are draped over the sides of a ship, or with the tanks and the fueling infrastructure for locomotives moving across the country?
To learn more, visit cleanfuelsconference.org.
At the KSMO studios, it's time for sports news. 7:45 here at KSMO. In sports, the Salem Baseball Tigers game with Owensville Monday afternoon is postponed due to rain and will be made up at a later date. Tigers are scheduled to play at Licking today at 5. Salem enters the game with a 3-1 record. Salem Ladies Softball Tigers are scheduled to face the Lady Trojans of Potosi today at 4:30 at the Salem City Park. The game can be heard on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media, provided the game is played, starting at 4:15 with Tiger Talk and Coach Rebecca Hayes. The Salem High School golf team will host the Salem Open today at the Spring Creek Golf Club, again weather permitting. Salem tennis team will be at Houston today at 4, and the Salem track teams will be at the Cuba Relays today starting at 3:30. Jonathan Marchessault scored in overtime after Pavel Buchnevich was stopped on a penalty shot to give the Vegas Golden Knights a 2-1 win over St. Louis Monday night. The Blues will be playing the Calgary Flames Thursday at 6:30, or right after Cardinal baseball on KSMO Radio. Wilson Contreras hit a 2-run home run, and St. Louis scored 3 runs in the 7th inning to beat the Chicago Cubs Monday 6-3. The two teams play again today in their final spring training warm-up. Kansas City beat the Northwest Arkansas Nationals 7-1 in their final spring training game. They'll open the season against the Minnesota Twins on Thursday. That's a look at sports and local news brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Up next, it's the Daily Investment Report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Edward Jones Broker has been serving investors since 1922, and they can assist you today. Give them a call at 729-3831 or feel free to stop by the office, 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and the Daily Investment Report. With that report this morning, it's Teresa Whalen. Teresa.
This is Teresa Whalen bringing you the Daily Financial Market Report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand, Leah Nash, and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equities closed lower. The Dow closed down 162 points to close at 39,314. The NASDAQ closed down 44 points to close at 16,384. And the S&P 500 closed down 16 points to close at 5,218. In the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.25%. The price of crude oil was up $1.41 to close at $82.04. Spot price of gold was up $12.70 to close at $2,172.70. For a look at stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at $71.44, down 24 cents. AT&T $17.12, down. That's up 14 cents. Boeing $191.41. Up $2.56. Dollar General $150.78, up 8 cents. ExxonMobil $114.65, up $1.16. McDonald's $278.62, down $4.01. Microsoft $422.86, down $5.88. PepsiCo $172.60, up 58 cents. Pfizer $27.43, up 7 cents. Procter & Gamble $160.19, down $1.47. U.S. Bancorp $43.55, down 4 cents, and Walmart $60.57, down 30 cents. This has been today's financial market report brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thank you, Teresa. And don't forget to join us again for our next daily investment report right here at KSMO Radio, coming your way tomorrow morning for sure at about 7:40 and possibly this afternoon, depending upon the condition of the fields, to get the games played today. At KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, you can talk with Joe or Leah at 729-3831 or stop by the offices, 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. 7:49. We've got weather next. It's up right after this short pause.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out, but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today.
7:50 at KSMO, time for a look at Operation Weather Watch, a complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area. It's brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Well, the heavy rains we had yesterday finally totaled out and stopped late last night, and about 3+ inches in many locations, some maybe even more in Dan County. There was a lot of low water crossings that were closed with the rain yesterday, so they should be reopening today. Most of them should be open by now, but maybe not all. So again, watch those low water crossings and make sure the water has receded for trying to cross. Now, in the wake of the cold frontal passage, temperatures are going to drop as low as freezing to the west of Highway 5 this morning and into the low to mid-30s east of that to start out the morning. We're already kind of in that mid-30s already in our area, which is the last area to go down in temperatures. Now, high temps today are only going to reach the mid to upper 40s. Don't think we're going to hit 50 in our area. We could hit about 48. I'm not even sure we're going to get that high. We'll see. Potential for isolated gusts of wind of 25 to 30 miles an hour are going to be with us this morning. They will subside by the afternoon and continue to subside during the evening hours. Skies remain cloudy through the majority of the day, with the low clouds moving out starting in the evening. Low temperatures tonight and Wednesday morning will drop to the mid to upper 20s, and the first bloom starting to pop up across the region. A freeze warning for Wednesday morning may need to be issued with future forecasts. The pattern will return to quiet for a bit, with another warming trend beginning midweek and lasting into the weekend, as the upper level ridging will bring southerly flow and some strong current back to the central U.S. Temperatures will rise generally as the week progresses, reaching widespread low to middle 70s by Friday, through the 70s on Saturday and into Sunday, maybe even hitting a low of near 80 by Monday, especially in southwest Missouri. Sub-freezing temps and highs in the 80s within a 7-day span. That's what we call a Missouri spring. Guidance indicates the next disturbance is likely to begin Sunday into Monday. Some signals do show rain. If that does happen, we'll keep you posted on that amount. 55 is our high yesterday, 38 the low, normal high 63, normal low 39, record high 82. It was set in 1910 and also just 4 years ago in 2020. 5 the record low in 1955. 3 1/8 inches of rain is what we had here at the station. That's a lot of rain. Month-to-date total standing at 4 4/5, 2 and just a smidge over 3/4 is normal for the month. 12 3/5 our total for the year. 7 3/4 would be normal. Sunrise this morning, 6:59. 7:23, the time of sunset. The extended forecast for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, calling for sunshine on Saturday. Nice day. High of 74. Partly cloudy Saturday night, low of 51. Partly sunny Sunday, another nice day. High of 75. Clouding up Sunday night, low of 57. And then Monday we'll have sunshine with a chance of some showers developing. That might happen in the morning or again in the afternoon. Not quite sure exactly what that little perk is going to be coming through, but we will see a little closer to time. But right now, that's the idea, either a morning shower and or an afternoon shower, but warm, high of 81. When we come back, that local forecast and current conditions next after this.
Do you know who some of the most avid readers of Cardinals Magazine are? It's Cardinal alumni. Our former players tell me time and again that Cardinals Magazine is one of their favorite ways to stay connected to the birds on the bat.
And you know, Ricky, I've heard the same thing. They feel like they're still coming to the ballpark each day when they're enjoying the impressive lineup of feature stories in every issue of Cardinals Magazine.
Cardinals Magazine helps you really get to know the current players, not only their stories in uniform, but who they are off the field and how they got to where they are.
And it doesn't stop with the stories on current players. No one does a better job giving fans a truer picture of everything happening on the field, inside the ballpark, and all over Cardinals Nation. Even stories on our Cardinals alumni.
Join our former players who enjoy the classic coverage of Cardinals Magazine. Subscribe for yourself and your favorite fan at cardinals.com/magazine or 314-345-9000.
Cardinals Magazine. It's all here.
Clouds are what we're going to see a lot of today. Well, every now and then we'll see a peak of sunshine, but for the most part, yeah, lots of gray skies today. High about 48, maybe. Depends. And again, we have a lot of wind again today. Southwesterly winds to westerly winds at 12 to 20 miles an hour. Could gust to 25 to 30 miles an hour. And earlier this morning, we already had some big gusts over 25, about 27 to 28. I haven't heard too many of those lately, but yeah, you could still be out there this morning. Then for tonight, there's a slight possibility of some widespread frost in the after midnight hours. It will clear out eventually. We'll have clouds most of the evening. But after midnight, if it does clear out and the winds die down enough, there could be widespread frost. Our low will be near 26. It'll definitely be cold enough. It's just if the winds will allow the frost to set in. Winds will be expected to be out of the west, I should say, at about 8 to 15 and gusts to 20 miles an hour. Now, they will move to the north after midnight eventually, and by Wednesday, we'll have sunshine, a high of 55. Wind chills in the morning could be as low as 17, with a northerly breeze at 5 to 10. For Wednesday night, though, we look to see widespread frost virtually everywhere. It's going to be mainly after midnight, but it will definitely be out and about. Our skies will be clear. The winds will be light and variable. Our low will be about 28. to 27. We will see that widespread frost all the way through the early morning hours to about 8 o'clock-ish or so. Then we'll have sunny and warm up to 64. Winds will be out of southwest on Thursday, 5 to 10. Clear Thursday night, low of 39, and more sunshine on Friday. 71 degrees at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Well, it's Missouri. You never know what you're going to get day to day. And yesterday, a lot of rain. Today, a lot of wind and a little cool. And then as we move forward, the sun will start making its way out. But that frost possibility, if you have sensitive vegetation, please get it covered. If you've already planted some annuals in the ground, you need to get them covered. Definitely, I would try and get it done tonight. It will be a bit breezy, but if that wind stops, there could be a frost, and it's all it takes is just a shot of it. And if you do need to get it covered, find what you need to get today, and then make sure you have it on tomorrow night for sure. Like I said, tonight, if the wind dies down enough, there could be widespread frost from about 2 to 4 in the morning or so, somewhere in there. Just, again, caution is the side of safety when it comes to your plants. So if you do have some sensitive vegetation you've already got in the ground, find a way to get it covered and protected from the frost. And that's a look at weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio. Back in 1 minute with Civic Happenings next.
What if there is a murderer walking among us? Follow the clues. Solve the mystery.
This village really is a place where murder is easy.
Agatha Christie's Murder is Easy, a brand new BritBox original series, is streaming now, adding to the largest collection of Agatha Christie, including Miss Marple, Poirot, Why Didn't They Ask Evans, and more.
The whole collection, it is magnificent.
Stream the best of British TV, only on BritBox. Start a free trial at BritBox.com.
Spring is in the air. It's time to organize your finances, and at the Bank of Salem, we are here to help. From checking and savings accounts, certificate of deposits, IRAs, loans, and even safe deposit boxes, we've got you covered. Come in and let one of our friendly employees help you get organized. The Bank of Salem, neighbors serving neighbors since 1883. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time for a look at our Civic record. Before we do that, I do want to tell you it is 8 o'clock, top of the hour time, brought to you as a courtesy of Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services, ready to answer the questions you might have about your future financial situation. Talk to Doug. 729-7508. Wisdom Financial Services, a member of Emeritus, and they have a number of great ideas that can help you, but you can also custom fit one to you as well. That's your friends at Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services, 729-7508. It's time for that Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased. The Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of your friends right here at KSMO Radio and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. Make it a point, if you have not been by, to check out the new styles, colors, fabrics, to make it a point to stop on by and just check it out. Whether you're in the market right now for new furniture, or you will be in the market maybe in the next few months or even a year, you definitely want to know what's out there. Head on down to Southtown, and you will find that collection waiting for you right now at some pretty incredible prices. Stop on by, visit with them. They would love to see you at 1601 South Highway 19. If you can't make it by, feel free to call 729-3422. And, of course, you can go online and let your fingers roll over the browser and find all that information you're going to need. That's right, at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. Southtown Furniture, it is where the bargains are. William Edward Berg Jr. of Salem passed away Friday, March 15th in Florida at the age of 56. Funeral services for William Edward Burke Jr. will be held at noon today at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation from 10 until service time at the chapel. Burial will be in the North Lawn Cemetery. William Edward Burke Jr., survived by his wife Loretta Buzz Burke of Salem, children Christina Knoll and husband Matthew of Florida, William Burke III of Salem, and Paul Burke of Salem, a sister Tony McAllister and husband Kevin, 2 grandchildren, and other relatives and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for William Edward Burke Jr., whose funeral services will be at noon today at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Midge Davis of St. James passed away on Saturday at the age of 94. Funeral services for Midge Davis will be held Saturday at 1 at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Interment will be in the Highgate Cemetery in Highgate, Missouri. Visitation will be from 11 until service time on Saturday at the chapel. Midge Davis is survived by a son, Mark Davis, and wife Karen of St. James, 2 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Memorials may be made to the First Baptist Church of St. James Funeral Dinner Fund or the St. James Caring Center. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of St. James for Midge Davis, whose funeral services will be held at 1 o'clock Saturday at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Phyllis Irene Freeman of Salem passed away Wednesday, March 20th in St. James at the age of 70. Private family services for Phyllis Irene Freeman will be held at a later date. Phyllis is survived by her husband, Mark Freeman of Salem, sons Travis Inman and wife Kristen of Rolla, and Derek Freeman of Shiloh, Illinois, a granddaughter and a nephew, as well as extended family and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Phyllis Irene Freeman, whose private family services will be held at a later date. More of our Civic Record coming your way next when we return.
Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South in Salem has been serving the smart shopper since 1922. And if you're looking for appliances, Southtown has Speed Queen, Frigidaire, and GE. You'll find a nice selection of washers, dryers, refrigerators, and stoves. Southtown offers free delivery and setup, and they do accept Visa and MasterCard. Stop by and see what Southtown Furniture has to offer, located on Highway 19 South right here in Salem.
Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Continuing with our Civic Record, if you haven't made plans already, it's a good time right now to talk with Master Gardeners Charlie Grimm, Pam Bierman, Katie Ann Sullivan, or Tom Haynes about this year's community garden here in Salem. It is the 2024 gardening season, and if you're interested in having a plot at the garden, contact Charlie Grimm, 573-368-9902. Those garden plots are open to anyone who wants to have one, and your first plot is free. Gardening tools and water will be available for gardeners. You need to bring your love of gardening and the seeds and then let the rest happen. The Dent Phelps Master Gardeners and the Dent County Extension provide classes throughout the season on such topics as when to plant, saving your seeds, canning. There's a lot of other topics that will be discussed as well. If there's a specific topic you would like to have addressed, contact Charlie Grimm at 368-9902, 573-368-9902, or the Dent County Extension Office, 573-729-3196. The South Central Missouri Community Action Agency is accepting Head Start and Early Head Start preschool enrollment. They're accepting children from 6 weeks up to 5 years of age. They provide services for children with special needs or severe disabilities. Homeless and foster children are given priority during enrollment. Head Start and Early Head Start are play-based learning. They offer developmentally appropriate curriculum, and they offer outdoor play. Their experienced teachers and engaging curriculum offer children the chance to learn and grow in a safe, nurturing environment. Contact Jesselyn Hutchings at 729-3188 extension 13 or Dawn Segovia at 729-3188 extension 11 to make an appointment to tour and learn more about the enrollment process. Appointments will be available April 8th through the 12th for Head Start and Early Head Start. Salem Creative Arts Center will be hosting an Easterscape Paint and Sip Together Friday at 6 o'clock with Danielle Norris at 204 South Main in the Creative Arts Center. That'll be a 2.5-hour get-together for that Easterscape. Paint a beautiful landscape and sunset fitting for the Easter celebration. Put your own twist on it. Make it your own. You may bring beverages and snacks of your choice, and don't forget your plus one. Cost for the paint and sip is $25, and all supplies are provided. A total of 6 attendees are needed to hold the class, and it could be limited to 25 people. Class registrations are done on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registrations. You can sign up under programs at the SACPA.com website. That's SalemCommunityBetterment.com website. And sign up for those Creative Arts Center classes, not only for this month, but next month as well. This Friday at the Eagles, they'll be having another all-you-can-eat fish fry and all the fixins for just $12 a plate. They'll serve that up from 5 until 8 o'clock. That'll be followed by karaoke with Backwoods Productions from 7 to 11. It's all open to the public, and they hope everybody can attend. Come on out and be a part of it. Enjoy a delicious fish fry on Good Friday, this Friday, for just $12 a plate from 5 to 8 at the Eagles Club. And then, of course, don't forget, too, the karaoke with Backwoods Productions from 7 to 11. It's all open to the public at the Eagles Club out Highway 32 West. It's just past the airport on the right on the north side of the highway. Everybody's invited out Saturday to the Eagles Club for a bunny hop for kids 12 and under. Then adults sock hop will be held with Double Trouble Entertainment from 7 to 11. It's all open to the public. The Eagles Club having a bunny hop for kids 12 and under, then adults sock hop. That'll be 7 to 11 that night. Salem Eagles Club is out Highway 32 West, and they invite everybody to come on out. It's just past the airport on the north side of Highway 32. And at the Salem Nutrition Center today, they'll be serving up beef chili with crackers and cornbread, baked potato, roasted cauliflower, and milk. It's always a great meal. It's served from 11 to 12:30. Plus, they have a soup and salad bar that begins at 10:30. All ages, anybody, everyone is welcome to come to the Salem Nutrition Center for a meal located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. The suggested contribution, if you're 60 and above, $5. If you're under the age of 60, your meal will be $7. If you have questions about the meal or about the Salem Nutrition Center itself, call 729-2373, 729-2373. And don't forget, their meal today is beef chili with crackers and cornbread, baked potato, roasted cauliflower, and milk. And don't forget that the menu may change without notice. There you have it, a look at our Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of all your friends right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and your friends at Southtown. Southtown Furniture right here in Salem. Make it a point to stop on by and visit. They're open 6 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Saturday. Browse around the store. But if you cannot get out and about, maybe you're kind of socked in with a low water crossing, not a problem. You can go online, as long as you can get online, and check it out at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. It is where the bargains are. Southtown Furniture, 1601 South Highway 19, 729-3422. We have statewide news from the Missouri Net coming up. We'll follow that up with our Salem Nutrition Center's menu, AP News, sports from the Missouri Net, and then more weather and agribusiness news. All coming up. All here, KSMO Radio.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt, yeah!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt, yeah!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online.
Yeah!
Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. A statement of no confidence has been issued by the Lincoln University Alumni Association Board of Directors. The statement addressed to the Board of Curators follows an investigative report that found no evidence of wrongdoing against University President John Mosley following January's suicide of former Lincoln Administrator Bonnie Candia Bailey. She had accused Mosley of bullying and harassment before she died by suicide in January. Mosley was reinstated as president after being on leave during the investigation. The Alumni Association's board questions the university's, quote, ability to bring forward an effective leader who can bring healing to this institution of higher education, end quote. Missouri is the only known state to restrict who offers certain doctorates. A legislative bid would end the University of Missouri's monopoly of offering doctorates in certain fields. Springfield State Rep. Melanie Stinnett is sponsoring a bill that would let other four-year universities offer doctorates in dentistry, optometry, pharmacy, veterinary and medicine, law, and engineering.
The distance to go to a university in our state that offers that currently could be a challenge. And so many people have chosen not to go forward for these higher level degrees.
Over the weekend, a retired four-star admiral joined a list of foreign policy dignitaries who've delivered timely speeches in Missouri about America's security and our role in the world. Ashley Bird was there and has this.
Retired Admiral James Stavridis delivered what is known as the Kemper Lecture at the Churchill Fellows Weekend at Westminster College, hosted by the National Churchill Museum there. He spoke from the same podium and in the same location at which Sir Winston Churchill delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech in 1946. Stavridis, 78 years later, spoke on the same themes. He praised his hosts at the college.
For everybody listening, if you haven't had a chance to come to Westminster, tour the museum, see this remarkable, beautiful school, do it soon. You'll learn a lot, and you'll be more prepared for the world that's unfolding in front of us.
This is Missouri Net.
Not everyone recognizes that they might have a gambling problem. How do you know if gambling is a problem for you? Ask yourself if either or both of the following questions are accurate. Have you felt the need to bet more and more money? Have you ever lied to people important to you about how much you gambled? If your answer is yes to either of these questions, free help is available. Call 1-888-BETS-OFF for more information.
Feeling overwhelmed? Call, text, or chat 988. If you or someone you care about is struggling with thoughts of suicide, facing a mental health or substance use crisis, or if you simply need someone to listen, call, text, or chat 988. It's your direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. Call, text, or chat 988 to connect with trained crisis specialists, day or night. A message from the Missouri Department of Mental Health.
Lawmakers are taking a look at a bill that could help developers restore vacant and empty property along downtown main streets in Missouri. It's a proposal from St. Louis Democratic Senator Stephen Roberts, who wants to provide a tax credit to convert unused space for residential use.
It is statewide, and it is focused on utilizing tax credits to incentivize developers to rehab these commercial spaces and turn it into residential. So right now, downtown St. Louis, it only has a population of just over 5,000 people. For comparison, almost 20,000 folks live in the Central Weston area.
The Kansas City Police Department is applying a new feature for their 911 phone system. When someone dials 911 but hangs up before speaking to the person who answers, the system will automatically call them back. It's designed to reduce strain on the 911 system. And Silver Dollar City has been nominated as the best theme park in America in a USA Today poll. The Branson Area Park won the award last year. Fans can vote at silverdollarcity.com every day on every device through April 22nd. This is Missouri Net.
Sharpen herbicide takes your burn down up a notch, going from burn down to
3 to 5 times faster burn down.
From strict tank mix limitations to
awesome tank mix compatibility.
And from controlling some weeds to
controlling more than 80 of the toughest broadleaf weeds.
Including mare's tail.
Including mare's tail.
Because if it can't control mare's tail, it's pretty much just fancy water. So
sharpen up your burn down
with Sharpen herbicide, powered by Kicksor Technology from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Good morning at KSMO Radio. Let's see what's cooking at the Salem Nutrition Center today. And they will be serving for lunch from 11 to 12:30 beef chili with crackers and cornbread, baked potato, roasted cauliflower, and milk. Remember, the Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. Remember, everybody and anybody, all ages, are welcome to attend and enjoy a great meal at the Salem Nutrition site. If you're 60 years of age and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, the meal is $7. And don't forget, their soup and salad bar begins at 10:30 in the morning. Now stop on by and check it out for yourself at 604 North McGrath Lane, where today they're going to serve up for lunch from 11 to 12:30 beef chili. Crackers and cornbread will be included with that, baked potato, roasted cauliflower, and milk. And again, don't forget that the menu can change without notice. Every weekday we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center menu as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Please stay right here. We've got AP News coming up and sports from the Missouri Net. All that and more right here on KSMO. Thanks for being with us on your Tuesday morning.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Over the years, it has meant the Gas House Gang, Stan the Man, Lou Brock, Bob Gibson, the Wizard, Big Mac, Yachty, Waino, and Pujols. All those names, and they provided so many memories. St. Louis Cardinals baseball, most importantly, has meant championship baseball. We'll be describing every play right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
No one plays more music. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley.
We don't know yet why a ship rammed into a big bridge in Baltimore, Maryland this morning. The Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed into the river below, taking several vehicles with it. Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace.
At about 01:50 hours, our first unit arrived on scene and reported a complete collapse of the Key Bridge. We were also given information at that time that there were likely multiple people on the bridge at the time of the collapse, and that as a result, multiple people were in the water.
The AP's Donna Warder has more on this stunning incident.
Video shows a container ship ramming into what appears to have been one of the bridge's supports. Then the ship catches fire and the bridge plummets into the Patapsco River. At a news conference covered by WJLA-TV, Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace says they've been searching for at least 7 victims.
We were able to remove 2 people from the water. One individual refused service and refused transport. Essentially, that person was not injured. However, there was another individual that's been transported to a local trauma center that is in very serious condition.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore has declared a state of emergency, and he says he's working to get federal resources deployed. I'm Donna Warder.
Today, the Supreme Court is taking up a case having to do with mifepristone, the widely used abortion pill. The High Court is hearing arguments in a case about limiting access to mifepristone. A New York City police officer was shot and killed Monday during a traffic stop in Queens. Officer Jonathan Diller, the suspected gunman, was shot and wounded and taken to a hospital. Russia says 22 of the victims of Friday's concert hall attack are still in serious condition in the hospital. 2 of them are children. This is AP News. A A court in Britain says Julian Assange cannot be sent to the U.S.
A British court has ruled Julian Assange can't immediately be extradited to the U.S. on espionage charges, in a partial victory for the WikiLeaks founder. Judges say if no further assurances are filed by the U.S., they'll grant Assange permission to appeal extradition on grounds including breach of freedom of expression and because he might receive the death penalty. The ruling means that the legal saga, which has dragged on for more than a decade, will continue, the case adjourned until May 20. During a February hearing, Assange's lawyer had argued American authorities were seeking to punish him for WikiLeaks' exposure of criminality on the part of the US government on an unprecedented scale. Charles de Ledesma, London.
A Russian spacecraft with 3 astronauts on board successfully docked Monday at the International Space Station. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Missouri Soybeans Conservation Agriculture Director Clayton Light says they're working with research firm Waterborne Environmental to determine how farming practices affect productivity and the environment.
This whole project is focused on determining if biostimulants have a positive effect on soil health and the crop, and also using drone versus traditional methods of application. Is there any difference there, and how does that benefit the bottom line for Missouri farmers?
Experiments on Missouri Soybeans Bay Farm will help determine the efficacy of specific plant biologicals.
There's a lot going on there in the soil, and we just want to check out to see what this is actually doing for Missouri farmers' bottom line, and do a study that we can actually see some of this stuff firsthand on our farm.
Learn more at mosoy.org from Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Missouri Net Sports. I'm Bill Pollock. The Blues lost 2-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights in overtime. Brandon Saad tied the game with about 5 minutes left. The Blues drop a point. They're now 5 behind Vegas for the final wild card spot. Drew Bannister says don't count the Blues out.
We're still in the fight. We have 10 games left. We're going to need some help, but we can only worry about what's moving forward.
Cardinals played the Cubs in Arizona. Dylan Carlson collided with Jordan Walker chasing down a fly ball, and he hurt his shoulder. It's too early to tell how much time Carlson could miss. The Cardinals already short in the outfield with injuries to Tommy Edman and Lars Nootbaar. St. Louis won 6-3. Wilson Contreras tied the game in the 6th.
Boss with the pitch, and there's a ball hit high, hit deep center field. That ball's going to go. That's a home run, a goner for Wilson Contreras, tying the game.
John Rooney at KMOX. The Cardinals and Cubs play again this afternoon. The Royals beat their AA affiliate Northwest Arkansas 7-1. Good news for the rotation. Michael Wacha's x-rays are fine after he took a line drive off his finger from Salvi Perez on Sunday. He won't pitch until the second series of the season next Monday. The Royals open at home Thursday against the Twins. ESPN is reporting that Jonte Porter, the former Mizzou basketball player, is under investigation for betting irregularities in several instances that involved prop bets around Porter's individual stats in NBA games. He plays with the Toronto Raptors. The Sweet 16 set for the women's basketball tournament. South Carolina and LSU remain from the SEC. St. Joe hosting the D2 Women's Elite 8. 8 seed Cal State San Marcos upset top-seeded Gannon to advance to the Final Four. Mizzou baseball plays Illinois today, and Mizzou softball is out east taking on Fordham and Hofstra. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sport. Hi, I'm Bill Pollock, host of Show Me Today. We listened to you, Missouri, and brought you a daily radio show that brings you captivating stories of people, places, and topics around our state.
What was lacking in all these years before this was someone with the desire.
Now, if you miss a segment or entire show, just download our podcast.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Subscribe to Show Me Today on Apple or wherever you find your favorite podcasts and add us to your list.
Show Me Today.
7 million children suffer from asthma, more than any other chronic disease. Most asthma attacks are caused by allergic reactions to allergens, including those left behind by cockroaches and mice. In fact, 82% of U.S. households contain mouse allergens, and cockroaches are found in up to 98% of urban homes. How can you protect your family? Find out at pestworld.org. A message from the National Pest Management Association and the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today.
Brownfield farm broadcasters are on the ground at state, national, and sometimes international events throughout the year, providing timely and relevant news to its audience. They utilize several social media platforms and digital channels to engage with viewers and listeners and stay up to date with agricultural news. Brownfield, a brand farmers and ranchers know and trust. Learn more at brownfieldagnews.com.
Going to have a lot of clouds. We're going to have a lot of wind today, and it will be a cool day. Not going to get very warm either. We're going to top out about 46 to 48. The winds will not get out of the 30s for the most part today. If they do, it'll be barely. We'll be right at about 40. Winds are going to be out of southwest, but they're moist winds. They're going to be at about 12 to 20 miles an hour. Could gust up to 25. And it's just going to be one of those kind of cold, nasty, cloudy days. Tonight, we'll have clouds through the evening hours. Eventually, though, we'll start to clear out. If we do clear out early enough, there could be a little bit of widespread frost after midnight, like from about 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll bottom out about 26. Winds will be out of the west at 5 to 15 and gust up to 20. Now, those winds should prevent that frost from happening, but the winds should die down to under 5 miles an hour. Frost could develop. Sunshine is expected Wednesday and topping out about 55. Winds will be out of the north at 5 to 10. And for Wednesday night, widespread frost is likely. So if you have sensitive vegetation out, make sure you make plans to get it covered. I would go ahead and get it covered tonight if I could, but definitely want to make sure Wednesday night you get it covered or bring it in, get it out of the outside. It's going to be a clear, cold night down around 28, 27. Winds will be northerly, but they'll be light and variable. For Thursday, we're going to have some widespread frost in the morning. Eventually, the sun will come out and melt it all away. We'll have a high of 64 with a southwesterly breeze, 5 to 10. Clear Thursday night, low 39, and sunny Friday, I have 71. We're nowhere near 71. We're about halfway there. 35 degrees is what we have. It doesn't feel like that either. It feels like 25 with the winds coming out of the southwest to west. Maybe I should say west to southwest. 15 mile an hour. We have 29.69 inches of pressure rising. Humidity's at 74%, so it feels like 25. We have gray, cloudy skies right now at KSMO. Those clouds are in layers out there, about 3 different levels of layers. From about first one's like 1,000 to 1,200 feet. The next one's like at 2,000 to 2,400 feet. The next one's like at 6,000 feet. So a lot of layers of clouds. So I'll be looking for that most of the day today. And some of those layers will thin out as the night comes on. But for this morning, we got a lot of gray skies out there this morning. At KSMO, that's going to do it for a look at weather on your hometown radio station. Do want to tell you, Country Mart today, save on your Farmer's Promise russet potatoes, big 10-pound bag, $3.48. Farmland sliced bacon, 16-ounce package. Get 2 for $8. And save on your Bolt House baby peel carrots. Get a 1-pound bag for just $1.38. Stop on by and save today and every single day when you shop down at Country Mart. Highway 3272 East in Salem, here to help you save. At KSMO Radio, we have agribusiness news coming up next right here on your hometown radio source. We are KSMO Radio. It's a Missouri report from the Brownfield Farm Market Network.
Highly pathogenic avian influenza has been confirmed in dairy cattle in Texas and Kansas. I'm Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. Wisconsin State veterinarian Darlene Conkle tells Brownfield HPAI in cattle is unusual. She says the investigation is far from over.
There certainly may be more to come. USDA epidemiologists and laboratory personnel are working with the states that are seeing this disease in dairy cattle to try to find out as much as they can.
Brownfield has reached out to other states, and so far, South Dakota, Missouri, and Iowa claim they have no reported cases of illness in their herds. U.S. Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack is reassuring producers following detections of highly pathogenic avian influenza in livestock. Brownfield's Mark Dorenkamp has this report.
Following a visit to a school in North Iowa to talk about nutrition, Vilsack spoke with reporters about dairy herds in Texas and Kansas contracting avian flu.
First of all, the cows that have experienced this after 7 to 10 days are back to normal. Milk that was produced by these cows while they were sick didn't go into the stream of commerce. Milk supply safe.
He tells Brownfield the number of cows affected is not large enough to impact the supply of milk or dairy products. And Vilsack says USDA is confident the virus is not transmissible from cow to cow. Mark Dorenkamp, Brownfield.
Thanks, Mark. An ag meteorologist says the recent snow and rain will provide some much-needed moisture for an already dry corn belt. But Drew Lerner with World Weather Incorporated says it will take a few days for the snow to melt in the northern corn belt because another storm's coming later this week.
We'll have a short-term bout of warming during midweek, but it's probably not going to be very impressive. And so the temperatures will still be near to below normal, and so only a little bit of snow melt will occur. Then the next storm system comes along and will pull a little bit more cold air back southward again.
Lerner says any moisture received through the first part of May will be crucial to improve dry conditions ahead of the upcoming growing season.
If we miss it during that window, then I'm afraid that the ridge will start building in the second half of May, and June looks to be very warm and drier than normal.
Lerner says La Nina is expected in the summer, and it has a history of bringing warmer and drier conditions. A northeast Nebraska farmer says the drought is one of his biggest concerns heading into the growing season. Jeff Baker raises corn and soybeans.
Coming off of 2 years of drought, having an exceedingly warm winter and a dry winter too.
Baker says some recent rains have been helpful, but much more is needed to replenish his subsoil. A mid-Missouri farmer says the warm, dry conditions this March has encouraged some field work. Russell Wolf tells Brownfield.
Anhydrous is going down. Some dirt work is going on, but I haven't heard of anybody planting anything yet.
He also says minimizing tillage is one way to keep moisture in the ground, and no-till will be his strategy heading into another dry spring. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
It's really important to have one go-to store to get all of our needs. I mean, we can buy anything from mineral to cattle feed to seed to fertilizer. It really helps simplify things just to have one store that you call and can supply all your needs. MFA is the whole farm solution.
A partner for your goals. MFA, your whole farm solution.
Want to get out of just about anything and look like an earth-saving hero? Just use the environment excuse. High school reunion? Sorry, can't. Planetary obligations. Unfortunate bridesmaid's dress? Unfortunately, you promised the climate you'd buy more vintage. Chauffeuring teens? The earth really needs them to hoof it. The environment is always the best excuse. Find your out and opt in to cutting carbon. Just visit theenvironmentexcuse.org. Brought to you by WildAid.
Hello, my name is Amber Hogan. I'm the new family nurse practitioner at SMDH Family Medicine. If your family is in need of a medical provider, I'm accepting new patients of all ages. Please call 729-8000 to set up an appointment. Our clinic is located at Physicians Office Building 3 on the SMDH campus. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and all private and other insurance. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Baseball is a game of agility, power, and speed. That combination provides wonderful moments all season long.
Every hit, every home run, and every pitch. It all matters in a long season. Any moment could be the next moment that you don't want to miss.
I love bringing those moments to life for our listeners right here on the Cardinals Radio Network.
And I love how it sounds on the radio. Don't miss any of the action.
St. Louis Cardinals Baseball. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.